everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
And today we're taking a look at a game called Feya's Swamp. This is a game that's actually a reimplementation of a game called Kai, which did not look particularly interesting, but Feya's Swamp has the artwork of the Micho, and I really like how it looks. That doesn't mean it's fun at all, so let's take a look at how the game plays, and we'll be right back. There's a lot going on in this game, so I'm going to give more of a generalized overview of the game. But one of the things that you're going to do here is each round of the game, you're going to be picking a starting guide. Now, these are not all going to be available in every game, so it's going to change games up. But the number at the top is initiative, which will help determine turn order. And then the number here is how far your base ships are going to be able to move each turn. It looks like a shark's fin, but it's your ships, how far they can move each turn. And then the number there is how much it costs you to build settlements on the board. Then beyond that, there's a special ability at the bottom. Some of them are things that you'll get per round. Some are your own worker placement spot. Some are going to give you extra workers and things like that. And you're going to pick these at the end of a round. You'll pick one at the beginning of the game, but pick one at the end of a round when you pass. Another thing to keep in mind here is this board. So this is kind of like a technological board. There are 3 starting spots that players are going to have. So these are all going to be on the board at the beginning of the game. And each of these boards are the same on one side or they're different on the other side. And as you build these settlements, you're going to get things like you'll get more workers that you can place in the board. You'll get bonuses. You also get this bonus here. This is your ship movement in the middle of the board, which will add to your ships as you move them each round of the game. These settlements are pretty critical to get out on the board. It's one of the main ways to get points, but you're not going to be able to get them all out, so you have to decide which of these you're going to build. Are you going to just run up to get a bunch of money each round, or are you going to get better fish? Are you going to get resources? So you have to pick which of the tracks you want to use as you put these settlements out. The game itself is set up here. You're going to have these settlements on the board, and at the end of the game, you're going to get points equal to the settlements times the number of spirit icons on each of these islands. There's also going to be some cards where you'll get bonus points as the game goes by for accomplishing resources. And there are other things that you can get to get points. In fact, over here, you'll see a sideboard which shows you the game has 4 rounds. It shows you which fish can be fished in a certain round. This is kind of like which fish are in season. You'll have a turn order markers. You're going to, at the end of a round, take these tiles, which can give you special actions or points. And the first, putting out more of these spirit icons. So there's a lot going on. But what makes the game here is these worker placement spots. As you place workers out, you're going to get to do benefits. Maybe you get to build a settlement. Maybe you get to catch fish. But whatever they are, if it shows water, it will involve your ships on the board. Players will have a ship or ships. As the game goes by, you'll get more, and you'll move them around. Maybe trying to catch fish if they're in season. Maybe building settlements next to where you're at. Maybe moving around and touching these torches on the outside of the board and getting points. But you're going to be moving around and doing that. Some of the spots on the worker placement board will cost gems. These gems are very valuable, but if there's 4 spots and I want to do something, then I'm going to need to spend gems to get into those extra spaces. So players are going to take turns doing this over 4 rounds. Catching fish is a good way to get money in this game. Money is a way that you need to spend to put settlements out on the board and to accomplish various other tasks. So that's what the game is on a very high-level basis. This is a pretty meaty game.
It is, surprisingly.
I think the theme works really well. Mm-hmm. You find a guide who's the better guide. They'll get you out faster in the boat. Then they give special abilities. Certain fish are in seasons at different times. That's kind of random per game. But that theme there underneath it is a worker placement game with tech trees.
Yes. Yeah, and a lot of different choices on your workers, too.
Yeah, I actually really like playing. I played with the alternate sides of the boards, and I found that to be really fun. It was fun to play everyone being the same, but one faction can get more workers out if you play with the alternate sided board, and they just have different things. But you'll never get out all of those settlements. They're too hard.
No, and that adds huge variability when you have that asymmetric of, they're so asymmetric on this one's way better at fishing. You've got to move the settlements here. So those levels, as far as which settlements to move, which track to move up, and then which faction to use if you want to go down that strategy. I love that.
It is, the game for me really revolves around the guides.
Yes.
Picking that guide is so critical because you're sitting there going, when it's the end of your turn, you can't pick one that someone else has. I might even try to drag my turn out so you put yours back so I can take it.
Right.
But you're picking turn order. You're picking how fast your boats can go. That might really matter. You're picking how much it costs to build the settlements and then a special ability. So not just one thing, but 4 different things that matter. And sometimes I'll pick one where I don't even care about the special ability, but I really need to build cheap settlements this turn.
Or I'll pass because I want to get that before someone else gets it.
Yeah, and so the settlements, there's inflationary cost. The more settlements you have in a region, the more they cost, but that's like kind of the base price. Getting the, what are these things called? The
Axolotls?
Axolotls, which are apparently the hottest animal of the board game here right now.
People love them.
But they're like, is it worth me getting an extra worker to spend? There might not even be a place to put them, but I might need to put them out. I think it offers good choices, but also you don't sit there and agonize what to do. I need to get the boat over there. I need to fish. I need to then sell those fish to get money. I then need to spend that money and build a bunch of settlements. Or I'm going to run over here to one of these temples and get the highest point total. Then I'm going to go fishing. And then I'm going to go fishing again because I'm going to save my fish for a future turn.
And that's big. There's always something to do in this, and they all seem very equally balanced. I mean, they may not go with the direction you're wanting to go, but there's always a different way to go. You know, whether or not get those, I guess, what they call the temples over there, if you want to fish, or if you want to start building settlements. There's so many different options. You may not get the one you want, but you could pivot to make that work.
If there are some negatives for me, the game, I've said it has a cool theme, but the mechanics do rise to the top. After a while, it's your turn. You'll take one of these tiles. What do those tiles mean? Don't worry. Just take one of those tiles. You put things out. There's some of that in there, but it's so whimsical that I don't mind it. It's a heavier game, for sure.
Yeah.
And with 4 players, it's going to take a bit to play. Especially if people are sitting there going, I have all these options and moves to make. But I think each game will be different, especially the games will be different because you're picking a guide, and the guides are different per game. You have a different faction, and you'll not be able to do everything, so you pick which of the 4 tracks you'll move down the most on.
Right.
And the fish order is going to be different. It's just everything's
Objectives
different
are different
per game.
Yep.
And I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And I mean, and there's always a give and take in pretty much most things you do because you're going to give points to someone else, like the celebration. You know, you're going to get some points, but then I'm also going to give you points. I like that give and take into making those decisions. And the fact that the worker spots are very well balanced. You know, I can go there, but it's going to be more punishing, or I can wait till next round.
What would you give it?
I'm giving it a 7.5. I like it a lot. I think it does a lot that I want it to do. And honestly, I can see how every guide in this, it's fun to pick, just being so close to Everglades, you can see how guides will do different things. This guy's good at fishing. You know, this guy's good at settlements. It's kind of a fun theme. I enjoy that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, the Everglade version. But yeah, so I also enjoyed it. I'm giving it an 8. I think it's really solid. I've played it at 3 and at 4. I think I like 3 a little better, although that's the case with almost every Euro game in existence. But the worker placement, that's in a lot of games. But the fact that most worker placement revolves around me moving a boat on the board, I like that. And then you move up the shark's fin. I know it's a boat sail, but it definitely looks like a shark's fin.
Yeah, it does.
And you can speed up your boat, but you're also getting points that way. And there's so many different ways to get points. It's definitely a point-sality style game. I just find it to be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
So that is Feya's Swamp. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
We want to say thanks to some of our GameFound backers.
Yes.
Thank you to Doopy Games.
Doopy Games.
To Ben and Finley Stein.
Thank you.
Who won his money. To Gregory Gegenheimer. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you all for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
See you next time.
In the swamp.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.